Hi, conscious Libra. Welcome to my channel on Oracle and Spirituality. Here is your reading for the next 15 days. So we're going to figure out what's going to happen for you in your life or in a specific area of your life in the 2 weeks ahead. So stay tuned. And for those who don't know me, my name is Gail. I am a life guide and a spiritual teacher, and I help meaning seekers navigate a more conscious life toward greater happiness. Make sure you check out the description below because there is everything you need to know about this reading. And if you want to stay tuned for the evolution of your energies, then make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the bell button for the notifications. And with no further ado, let's start with your cards. I'm using the French deck, the Belline Oracle. And your cards are passions, trading, family, news, fire, and lastly, the water. So your situation, the reading here is talking about your family, whether literally or symbolically, because we've got the family card and it's called family, so obviously it can literally talk about your family, your husband, wife, children, siblings, parents, grandparents, of course. But it also may mean your heart family, the people you consider family, the people you're intimate with, you're close enough to share your vulnerability and your weaknesses, and you know you won't be judged. It may be your soul family as well, can be. Basically anything about a family, whether literally or symbolically. So I gave you examples of that, but it may also mean, this card may also mean, regarding the hen, it may be because you can see, I don't know if you can see here, I don't know, you call them chicks or the babies? I don't know in English how we call them, but because of that, this card talks also about creation, making babies, pregnancy. Well, pregnancy is also, making babies is also part of the family, right? But this aspect can talk also about creation, procreation. Making babies, not necessarily literally, but it may also be symbolically, like creating creative projects, working on creative projects, being productive. Especially productive in a family enterprise or family office, or in a family, in a heart project, a project that is close to your heart. This card is also very nurturing, very caring, very giving, protective. So this is all those things are what potential things that the reading is talking about. It may be one of those things or several of those things, but this is the energy at the center of the reading, at the center of the topic here we're talking about in this story. And how you're feeling about that, what is your feelings, how you're experiencing this situation, how you're perceiving this situation, you're very, very passionate. You're 100%, 200% in, 500% in, 1500% in. You're wholly in, totally in, absolutely in. No wishy-washy feelings. You're dedicated. You're active. You're loving, sexually turned on. I mean, the sexual energy is the life force energy. It is the sexual energy is the creative energy. So, of course, it is very connected to the current situation. And if we're talking about your relationship with your husband or wife, then of course the sexual energy is even more obvious. But the sexual energy is also present in creative projects, especially the creative projects that are close to your heart. So here you are in this family situation, in this nurturing situation, a situation that requires to take care of others, to be intimate, close to your relatives and to people. And here you are, very passionate, very dedicated, very impulsive and ardent lover. You're loving strongly and fully and completely and entirely. It's all encompassing and it's so strong and so vibrant. You get it. And anyway, if you know what this reading is for you, you know what I'm talking about, because this is the current situation, and those two cards are very linked together. As you can tell, both are Venusian cards, and both are you have the same type of birds here, so the hen and the cock, and so it's telling me it's kind of like the dad and the mom, you know, sort of. So those cards are very connected. So I would say that literally your mindset, your state of mind, the way you think and feel is strongly influencing the situation, this family thing, this creation thing, those projects, this productivity. It's highly and positively influencing that. But the opposite is also true. It means that the situation is also influencing you and your mindset very strongly. It's because it's going well, it's very productive, it's very safe and secure and nurtured and looked after and cared for and affectionate and tender and creative and intimate, that you are even more passionate and even more turned on and even more 100% in. See? And you're very conscious about your energy here. You're very conscious that you're being and feeling that way. Very sensing and very feeling and sensing. And it's very instinctive. You know about all those sensations, feelings, and states of being. You know about that because that's the current situation, and you're very conscious because this is showed up in your conscious aspect. Now, in your unconscious or subconscious aspect, your shadow aspect, you've got the in English, they call it trading card, which is way more subtle, because here it's not subtle, you know, passions, the cock, it's not, he's not subtle at all. It's raw. But here in your shadow energy, it's very subtle. The energies are softer, but softer. It's not softer like in this card, because this card family is very soft, kind, and affectionate and compassionate. But here it's not so much in that way that I'm saying soft. I'm saying it's more refined, I would say, instead of soft. It's more refined, more fine, or finer. It's more subtle, more precise, more specific, more in the detail, in the tiny minutiae, and it's really energetic, while here it's more emotional and physical. And this is a Mercury card. So obviously it's very much about the fluid, energetic fluid that is present in communication and exchanges, rapid, fast exchanges. It represents communication, it represents Kundalini as well, because both cards, I would say, passions and trading, are Kundalini cards, especially together. With the passions card, it's obvious because you know that's the sacral chakra. Here in the passions card, you've got three chakras activated. You have the sacral chakra with the hearts. You've got the solar plexus chakra with the cock, and you have the heart chakra with Venus. Here in the trading card, it's the movement of the Kundalini that is represented here, because it goes from the root chakra here at the basis here, and it goes up to hit the pineal gland. And you can see the snakes here, they go into opposite directions. That's the yin and the yang, and they are very complementary, and so there is a lot of fluidity, and it's really fast-moving energy, like in the tarot, I would say the sword energy, fast-moving energy. It's very complementary. There is a lot of fluidity in it. So fluidity in the conversations, fluidity in the exchanges. But in both cases, I would say there is something about the Kundalini for some of you. And this card is I went blank. This energy is interacting and influencing the family card, the current situation, in a more subtle way than the passions card was influencing it, because the relationship of the two cards was very obvious, as I mentioned. But with the trading card, it's way, way more subtle. Though there is still a specific influence, even though it's refined and subtle, it's present, it's there. And that's the altruism that is influencing, that is the link between the two cards, because here the hand and the family cards, it represents the care and nurturing that you give one-on-one to someone, on the ground, you know, directly to someone. While here with the trading card, it's more a larger, wholer influence that you have on a positive humanitarian influence that you have on people. You have in this card, it's a larger movement where you want to help humanity as a whole. It's not one-on-one. It's more like the difference between anthropology and sociology, if you can see, because anthropology is going directly in the family unit to study that specific family from within, while sociology will be more observing tendency at a global level with statistics and things like that. So there is still a link between those two cards, as I said, with the altruism thing. But this link is very subtle. And also, it's very subtle because, as I said, this energy is very subtle compared to the passions card. So you have a double subtlety here going on. But that subtle energy is definitely influencing the family card and the present situation, because the trading card, this communication, Mercury energy, is what is going to create the near future regarding this situation, this family and procreation and creation situation. Why I'm saying that? Because you've got two cards here from Mercury. So this we've just talked about, but this, and this is a current situation, but this is the near future. You've got the news card in your near future, your immediate future actually. 2 days, in 2 days, within 2 days. So I would say, because here in the reading you have two strong energies, which are Venus and Mercury. But this is more about the current situation, because both are talking about the current situation, the situation itself and your influence on it, your state of mind. So it's present, while here it's present situation and future, immediate future situation. So I would say that definitely this subtle energy, the communications and interactions that are going on are definitely influencing your immediate future. And now that's what I'm going to talk about, this news card. The news card talks about some information and news that you're going to get very soon, within 2 days or in 2 days. So either through messages, text messages, Facebook messages, WhatsApp, email, phone calls, letters, hearing someone say something that you didn't know about. But it also may be very subtle as the card I was talking here, the trading card. And so you may get energetic messages, energetic news, intuitions, synchronicities, signs from the universe that tell you something that you didn't know about. Oh, and what I didn't mention about the trading card. I said it's your shadow energy. Sorry to go back to the previous section, but here it's your shadow energy. It means that it's part of you, but you do not know it's part of you. You will see it as external to you. You will not know that you are embodying that energy because it's your shadow energy. So you will say the people or the situation are intuitive, are communicative, are altruistic, are everything I said about this card. You will see them as willing to communicate, as willing to interact. You will see them as very fluid, but you won't know that you are like that too. You will maybe see them influence the situation very subtly, but you won't know you are yourself influencing the situation very subtly. You will think you're just this raw, strong energy that is not subtle at all. But you are actually, you have something in you that is, okay, you do have something very raw, but you also have something very subtle. This fluidity within you that is active and that is influencing the situation and your near future, not just the actual current situation. So you just need to recognize it within you, accept that it's there, see it, accept it, and find ways to love it. Of course, it's not hard to, objectively it's not hard to love that aspect of you because it seems very positive, but if it's you in your shadow, maybe there's something that you felt dangerous about it, it was not acceptable in your family, or I don't know, maybe your family didn't like you to talk a lot when you were a child, and therefore now talking and communicating is something you've rejected from not being in your identity, and so, okay. And so you grew up and you think you're not someone very communicative. But maybe you are communicative in other areas, but for the situation here, you think you're not communicative. You think you're not, you think you do not carry this subtlety, this fluidity, this energetic fluid interaction, stimulation. And yeah, it's very mental. It's on the mental body, so the mental aspect, realm. What did I want to say about that as well? Okay, I can't remember, so I think I'll stop here. Just to say that recognize that you have those qualities as well in that situation, and that you are influencing your near future, immediate future, the current situation and the immediate future with this energy. It's not your passions and very physical and emotional energy that is influencing the near future. It's your shadow aspect that is. Yeah, now I remember what I wanted to say. So this card, because it's very subtle in this reading, like it's very subtle anyway, but especially in this reading, so the messages you get here, the communication you get here can be energetic. So you may have intuitions. It may not be actual communication like you can imagine. You know, it's not necessarily talking over the phone or sending emails or things like that. It may just be telepathic communication and knowing at a distance, you know, or in your dreams, or, you know. And why I'm saying that it's because in your immediate future, you've got the news card that also talks about communication, like I mean, receiving messages. And the messages you receive, you may receive them telepathically in your dreams, or, you know, it can be very subtle as well. It can also be, of course, an actual letter, email, phone call, message, but text message, I mean. But it may be very synchronistic with events and signs from the universe, as well as energetic messages, information that you download somehow. And what I would say is that it's rather through some communication, some sort of communications, as I described, different types of communications, but through communication that you receive those news. And this energy, it's the person or the people who are interacting with you in this situation. Okay, I don't know if it's clear because I said it's your shadow energy, but your shadow energy usually projects itself externally. So it's within you, but it projects itself as external people and circumstances. So it materializes itself as a real thing and people. So you'll probably be interacting with someone like that, someone who carries this energy and who reflects this energy back to you in regard to this situation. And this person is very communicative, and in those interactions, you will have some news. It can all be inner parts of you who are interacting with each other, you know, doesn't have to be actual people involved, but your inner space can be seen as a family as well. So, you know, take it as it flies for you and how it works for you. Anyway, those news that you receive within those 2 days, you won't like them so much. You'll get some anger out of it. You'll burst of anger. You'll get very, not just upset, but very angry. Like, I mean, very angry. Doesn't mean that you won't be like tremendously angry. But you may be angry. You'll probably be angry. It won't be repressed anger. It will be more overt anger. Especially because those two cards, and I think it comes from you, you'll be the one who get triggered because those two cards are next to each other. And as you can tell, they are all about cogs and fire. So here you have two little flames and it becomes this big torch, you know. Here you have just one cog and here you have literally two. So it doubles, you know. And here you have Venus, here you have Mars. So the energetic fluidity between yin and yang, this complementarity here becomes very opposing and conflicting. So there is some sort of fight, the yin and yang are not aligned anymore, not working together. And so where it was just a mindset or a feeling state of passions and spontaneity, it becomes somehow aggressive and angry and upset and confrontational. You just won't like the news. You'll be very triggered, or not necessarily very, you'll be triggered. You may be a little bit triggered, but you'll be triggered. And I say you because of this card, which is you. And as you can tell, this card is totally different. So you see, it's not really, even though it's your shadow energy, it would be the the other energy that is showing up in the reading. It won't be that one that is going to generate the anger. Of course, this energy is the one that makes the news show up. So, of course, you'll probably reproach them something, you know. You'll have things to say, to state, and you probably speak up and have a fight, because there is a lot of communication here going on. So I guess you'll have some arguments vocally, verbally, and yeah. Now what the oracle is saying is go with the flow, let go. Let go of the troubles, let go of the situation, let it flow, let it go. Put this focus in your meditation or your inner work, the work on letting go, on objectivity as well, being detached or non-attached. Maybe do Vipassana meditation, because it helps you go with the flow and see with objectivity what's going on, not being stuck inside the situation, but see it from at a distance yourself a little bit, and trust that the universe is okay. There's 3 cards here talking about the universe at play here. So go with the flow, meditate, observe your fears and your subconscious mind, what's triggering you here, but just observe it and just let it go. So share with another Libra who may benefit this reading. Like, subscribe, it always feels good when you do so. And I'll see you in 2 weeks time, or right now in another of my videos. You can check your sun, moon and rising signs, because they're all 3 very important in comprehending a more complete picture of your life. Bye, Libra.